like Damien and like everybody say that it's very important to correct the astigmatism when you do anything, and when you put a multifocal, it's very important. So I will explain you why. So I am Bausch & Lomb consultant, and I'm a consultant from Ono. So there's some very similarity between Z4 and astigmatism and multifocal. And I will explain to you. First of all, the spherical aberration. You know that if you correct the spherical aberration, you will have better results. An aspherical surface shows a variable radius. So if you just look at this geometry of the factor Q, you will be very smart for a lot of things. And just remember that between -1 and 0, you have an ellipsis correlate for the Q. And if you look on the bottom of the right side, the Q factor is just equal to 1 minus B power 2 under A power 2. And that gives you everything between prolate and oblate system. That's not so difficult even you are an ophthalmologist. And just look at this formula, which gives you the spherical aberration of the Z4. I put this formula very, very often because that gives you the point of many things. So Z4 is equivalent on the diameter of the pupil on the power 4. That means that the pupilla is the most important thing in your vision for aberration. So if you want to have less aberration, you have to work on the pupilla. And you can work on the Q factor without any problem, but don't forget the pupilla. So the main thing is the pupilla. So when you have a spherical aberration, you have loss of contrast sensitivity, and you have edge problem in the pupilla if it's dilated. That's typically an aspherical lens, and you see the focus, very sharp focus you have. You have to know also that the mean coefficient of Z4 is in between 0.28 plus minus 0.086. And when you use aspherical IOL, you have to be very careful if you have a patient with a myopia LASIK, because he has a Z4 negative. Just be careful with that. So don't use an aspherical IOL when you have a myopic LASIK. And that's just to show you the spherical aberration correction with the Technics lens. Now let's go to the astigmatism. Most of the popular or most of the ophthalmology think that when you have an astigmatism, you have a double image. Most of the patients say, I see double when you have an astigmatism, but it's completely wrong. And that's my dog, and you see that when you have the right side is without astigmatism, on the middle is with -1 astigmatism, and the third image is with the -3 astigmatism. And you see that you have a fuzzy hedge, and that's why the people say you have a double image. And that's very important that you see the hedge is completely fuzzy. So when you look at the Zernike polynomial, there are a lot of aberration who do a hedge which is fuzzy. Not only the astigmatism, but the coma and the spherical aberration. It's quite the same fuzzy hedge. So let's go to the to the astigmatism, and I thanks Daniel Gatinel for this schematic. I understand the astigmatism thanks to Daniel, and I think if you can go to his works, it's very, very interesting and very simple to understand. So that's one focal. And that's the second focal of the astigmatism. Okay, you have two focal, and that's like we think astigmatism is. But if you look at the astigmatism, it's like he designed the astigmatism. So you have a lot of different focus in between two focus. In between the biggest, the principal focus, it's blurred. It's just blurred in between these two principal focus. And that's why it's so important to correct it. So now when you have a multifocal, which is not correct to say, it's a bifocal, and I thanks to have a trifocal now, you have to have a near and a far focus very sharp, all right? So if you want to have this sharp focus in a bifocal lenses, you have to correct the spherical aberration and you have to correct all the astigmatism. Because if you don't do that, it will be blurred in between, and so you will lose a lot of contrast sensitivity. That's why it's so important to have an astigmatism free when you correct a patient for multifocal lenses. And if you try this multifocal toric IOL, you will be surprised all the people are happy with to compare with a normal multifocal. And I think if you correct, if you want to have a multifocal lenses, you have to correct all the astigmatism, even -1 astigmatism. So I will just go very quick. If you how to adjust your toric lenses. If you have 15 degrees, you lose 50% of your power. If you have 30 degrees, you lose 100 of your power of the astigmatism. And to mark the astigmatism, it's very important to have a simple and very cheap system. So you have a lot of system to mark your 0 degree. And it's very easy with all the marker to deviate it for 5 to 10 degrees. So we introduce this is one of the best system, the TrueVisionSystem.com, and it just costs a lot of money. It's very offensive. You will lose a lot of money. We propose this system. You just buy a Pentax or any little camera, and you have to look at the macro distance for 1 centimeter. That's very important. And you just do a photography, and you just do a photography of your conjunctiva. And so you will have the vessel, and you will have your 0 degree, and you will have the degree where you want to put your toric IOL. Then you go to this goniotrans.com, and that's very important that you know this one. It's a website from Soler Fernandez who show you this map, and you can just copy it and do your picture and this map to know exactly where you want to have your lenses, the exact degree. And then you have that in your OT, and you just look at the map and you look just at the vessel of the conjunctiva. And so that's very simple, it costs nothing, and it's very easy to put your toric IOL. So I will just show you very quick how it works. So we use the trimix like I show you before, and you see that when you inject the lens, this one is a Technics one on a 2.2, and I do a corneal scleral incision for the lens, and so it's hydrophobic lenses, and I will turn it just on the right side with the vessel. It's a 73 degrees turning. I just adjust that with my two bimanual irrigation aspiration, and I just turn on 73 where I've done the incision for the bimanual, and that's very easy. And that's a bifocal toric IOL, just center where you have to do. So let's go to the next one. So don't use any calculator to do your degrees. Just use this Gonotrans system. It's quite more efficient, and use the Trinix system to avoid to be absolutely neutral in astigmatism. I think I've just finished. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jenu. Are there any questions from the audience? Any comments? Yes.
Thank you, Jerome, for your acknowledgement and enjoying the astigmatism work. I would like to re-emphasize and congratulate you on what you said about the astigmatism and using conjunctival vessels instead of fancy instruments that are not very cost effective. What you can do also is using topography. I have the OPD scan, and sometimes using the eye image menu. If you're lucky, if the patient has prominent vessels, you can see them also. And there is a reticle that you can adjust to know exactly where is the vessel of interest with regard to the orientation. So that's another way. So it skips the, I have nothing against Pentax, but you can use your OPD or maybe other topographs.
Excellent, yeah.
Even the ORScan, I think I tried it with
the ORScan, you can do that.
And topograph, I think if you have the superimposition, you need to superimpose the raw data, sometimes the Placido image, without the calculation of the topography with, and you see the angle.
Excellent.
It's very, very low, Joe. The bifocal intraocular lens need the metropia. It's very low. Maybe the two-focal lens is the same. Need the metropia. I have a lot of experience operate only minus 0.50 after restoring implantation. And the patient is very, very happy only with the correction with ventral LASIK minus 0.50. The dissatisfaction of the patient with toric diffractive intraocular lens is similar to the standard bifocal lens, or is more, is less? You need the metropia after toric implantation, or the patient is more happy than with the bifocal?
It's definitively more happy with any toric lenses. That's why we use now for normal purpose. When you have a -1 toricity, we correct it. And that's why I demonstrate this Trinix system. If you do a mixed cataract operation, even with a 2.0 incision, you will have a shift on the long time. After 1 year, it changed. That's why we use this injection on the corneoscleral incision. And if you are back, you are neutral, really neutral on the incision. And that's why it's so important to do that. That's why we work on this toric IOL, and to be really, really neutral when you do your cataract operation. And it's very important. We don't follow the patient more than, let's say, 3 months when we do a study. When you look at the patient after 1 year, it's completely different. And you have a shift, and you have something which is different. So it's something that we have to look after.
Thank you, Dr. Jenner. I would request Dr. Boris to please get to monitor.